sorry, I didn't hit record. We're in 3003, activity B, 2B in the activities book. So when you go through a question, it says identify and outline 3 techniques to prevent either trips and falls or strains. So when they give you an option like that, the first thing I want you to do is cross out the one you're not going to talk about. So I want you to cross out strains.
Yep.
So you're not going to worry about talking about the thing you don't need to talk about. And it says, suggest how each technique could be implemented. So all you want to come up with is a technique to stop it and how you'd implement it. So what we're going to do is just go to the page which has the answer. So next to this question, it says 2.2.
Page 53.
Sorry.
And 54.
Okay, 53 and 54. So when you're answering really big questions like this, well, when really big questions, when it's got 3 separate components, just do one at a time. So first of all, we've got a problem, slips, trips and falls, and we just want 3 solutions for how to prevent them. So it says 3 techniques. So when you have a look at the page 54, when it says techniques, I think what they're actually asking you to do is use the hierarchy of control.
Yeah.
So the techniques are to eliminate the hazard or substitute it or isolate it or minimise the risk by redesign, administrative controls or PPE. So you just got to choose which 3 you're going to give an example of. And I would just go 1 on the first line, about 4 or 5 lines down, I would go number 2, and then 4 or 5 lines down, go number 3. And then you're just going to write an example. So if we go with the first one, you know, it says how to prevent trips and falls. Okay, so we're going to, number 1, we're going to write there, eliminate uneven surfaces. Now, if you work in a kitchen mat and you've got steps going down to an area, and you've also got broken tiles, and you've got an area where the water doesn't pool properly and it's uneven, what could you change about that environment to make sure that you eliminated steps altogether? Sorry? Replace the flooring. You could install a ramp so there's no steps at all. You know, you can repair the flooring and get rid of that hazard altogether. So when you think about eliminate the hazard, you're saying that you're actually going to remove that type of hazard altogether. And the idea of how to do that is, you know, repair the floor, install a ramp. So for each one of these on question 2B, you're coming up with an example. So substituting is basically swapping the product out for another product. So if the floor is slippery and you don't have any mats, you might be able to swap tiles out for vinyl floor, or replace the flooring with a more slip resistant tile. When it comes to isolation means just keeping people away from the hazard. So you could, you know, not let people use the stairs. I know we used to have a cleaning site where the rule was you weren't allowed to go up and down the stairs, you had to use the lift. And the lift was a bit annoying because you had to wait for it, but I wasn't happy with cleaners going up and down the stairs at 10 o'clock at night with buckets in their hands. So we isolated the problem. So does that explain a bit more, or we still need a bit more explanation on that question?
No.
That's good. All right, cool. And is that what you had, Dana? Something similar?
Pretty much. I didn't set it out. Like I've only, you know how there's like almost a whole page for your answer. I kind of squished mine up and I haven't even written half a page.
Yeah, right. That's fine. Yeah.
Basically, there's the same. I've got 1, eliminate the hazard. So remove any slip, trip or hazards such as cords or rubbish. Install more power outlets.
Yep.
So you don't have trailing cords. Isolation, put up signs, prevent access into hazardous areas whilst cleaning is in progress.
Yep, they're all good answers.
Control. Yeah.
Yep. Good answers. And you're just giving an example in your own words. So, you know, you could do it up in a table and have the problem on one side, solution on the other. You know, here's the problem, here's my solution, and this is what that means day to day. Or you can do what you've done and do it in an explanation form.
Yep.
Yep. So